Welcome, dear students. In previous lecture, we have seen the center tap full wave rectifier. A rectifier, as we have discussed, it converts AC to DC voltage or current in the form of AC to DC, right? Rectifier having two types. It divides in two forms. One is half wave rectifier and another is full wave rectifier. We have seen half wave rectifier, then in previous lecture full wave rectifier is again divided into two types, that is center tap full wave rectifier and bridge rectifier. Full wave bridge rectifier is a second type. In a center tap full wave rectifier, there we have seen how many diodes used for full wave center tap rectifier. There are two diodes used in center tap full wave rectifier, and now in this full wave bridge rectifier there are four diodes used. So this is the main difference between these two rectifier full wave type of rectifiers. Now we are going to start the full wave bridge rectifier. Full wave bridge rectifier consists of four diodes connecting in the form of a bridge. So because of this reason it called as a full wave bridge rectifier. Center tap transformer is same as used in the we have used in previous center tap full wave rectifier. Similarly, in this form there is also used a step down transformer for this operation. Basically, the bridge rectifier provides a full wave rectification and has the advantage over the full wave rectifier using two diodes. Means the center tap full wave rectifier that no center tap is required in the transformer. This means that a single winding is used for both of the half cycles. Wound electronic components are expensive, and including a center tap means that two identical windings, each providing the full voltage, are needed to provide the full wave rectification. The doubles the number of turns and increases the cost of the transformer. This can be particularly important when designing linear power supply or other electronic devices. Many electronic circuits require rectifier DC power supply power various electronics basic components from the available AC mains supply. Rectifiers are used to convert an AC power to DC power, as we have discussed in the definition. What is the rectifier? Rectifier are used to convert an AC power, either AC current or voltage, to a DC, right? Among the rectifiers, the bridge rectifier is the most efficient rectifier circuit. We can define bridge rectifiers as a type of full wave rectifier that uses four or more diodes in a bridge circuit configuration to efficiently convert alternating AC current to a direct DC current. Let us learn more about this bridge rectifier construction, working, advantages, disadvantages. You can see in the circuit diagram there is a input AC form, right? Input is in the AC form, and if you consider, you can also add here in the diagram, that is the step down transformer, but in this diagram there is not showing the center tap. Step down transformer not needed, or it is not necessary to use in such type. So because of this reason, here we have not drawn the step down transformer, because there is not necessity to use such types of transformer in bridge rectifier. Construction of bridge rectifier is as shown in front of your figure. Bridge rectifier circuit is made up of four diodes. You can see in the diagram there is diode 1, D1, diode 2, D2, diode 3, D3 and D4, and a load resistor. You can see, you can say to this RL. Actually in this diagram there is capacitor filter is shown in front of you, but there is no need to draw this capacitor in the diagram, because this is actually a full wave. This diagram is with full wave bridge capacitor filter diagram, right? So this is with the combination of full wave bridge rectifier and filter. So we need to study only in this circuit diagram only a full wave bridge rectifier. So remove in this diagram the capacitor filter. So consider only there are four diode input AC and RL load in this diagram. The main advantage of this configuration is the absence of expensive center tap transformer. Therefore, the size and cost are reduced. The input signal is applied across, you can say, at the input side of top side you can say positive terminal, and at the input side of sinusoidal at bottom side you can say the negative terminal. So consider positive and negative terminal, and you can also draw in your notebook positive and negative terminal. So the input signal is apply across terminal A between the junction of D1 and D4, you can say a junction, right? Or between D2 and D3, to this junction you can say the B point, right? So the input signal is applied across terminals A and B, and the output DC signal is obtained across the load resistor RL connected between terminal C and D. So where is C and D now? You can draw between junction D4 and D2 there is a C terminal, and between D3 and D1 you can draw the D terminal. So these are the terminals A, B, C, D you can consider. The four diodes are arranged in such a way that only two diodes conduct electricity during each half cycle. D1 and D3 are pairs that conduct electric current during the positive half cycle. Likewise, diode D2 and D4 conduct electric current during a negative half cycle. Let us consider the working principle for the full wave bridge rectifier. When an AC signal is applied across the bridge rectifier during the positive half cycle, so at your sinusoidal, at upper side there is a positive terminal, and at lower side of sinusoidal input side there is negative terminal. So when AC signal is applied across the bridge rectifier during positive half cycle, so you can say to this cycle is a positive half cycle. Terminal A becomes positive while terminal B becomes negative. This results in diodes D1 and D3 to become forward bias, while D2 and D4 becomes reverse bias. The current flow during the positive half cycle you can see in the diagram. You can see the sinusoidal form AC is drawn from positive terminal to the junction A side, right? In the positive half cycle of AC supply, the secondary voltage VAB is positive in this case. Therefore, diode D1 and D2 are forward bias, whereas D3 and D4 are reverse bias. Listen carefully. In the positive half cycle of the AC supply, the secondary voltage VAB is positive. Therefore, diode D1 and D2 are forward bias, whereas D3 and D4 are reverse bias. Equivalent circuit for these intervals is you can see in the waveform, right? Load current and load voltage both are positive for the positive half cycle. During the negative half cycle, terminal B becomes positive while the terminal A becomes negative. This causes diode D2 and D4 to become forward bias and diode D1 and D3 to be reverse bias. The current flow during the negative half cycle, in this case, how is the negative half cycle? Negative terminal is at upper side of the your input shown AC side. At upper side there is negative and at lower side there is positive terminal. From the figure in front of you, you can notice that the current flow across the load resistor RL is the same during the positive half cycle and the negative half cycle. The output DC signal polarity may be either completely positive or negative. In this case, it is completely positive. If the direction of the diode is reverse, then we get a complete negative DC voltage. Thus, a bridge rectifier allows electric current during both positive and negative half cycle of the input AC signal. Bridge rectifier component can come in variety of forms. They can be made using with the diodes. A ring of the 4 diodes can easily be made either or as a part of a printed circuit board. Care must be taken to ensure that while the manufacturing, the diodes are sufficiently on the circuit board sufficiently as they can dissipate heat under load. Bridge rectifier come as a single electronic components containing the 4 diodes in a single block. 4 connections are brought out and marked as we have seen. Positive, negative, sinusoidal symbol connection is used to connect to the alternating input. The positive and negative connections are already we have seen in the circuit diagram or discuss. Some of these bridge rectifier are instead for mounting on a printed circuit board and may have wires for through hole mounting. Others may be surface mount devices. Bridge rectifier circuit design considerations factor should be in this form. Voltage drops, calculate is dissipated in the rectifier, peak inverse voltage. So these points should be considered for the bridge rectifier circuit design consideration. There are several points that need to be considered when using a bridge rectifier to provide a DC output from an AC input. Voltage drops. It must not be forgot that the current flowing in a bridge rectifier will pass through 2 diodes. As a result, the output voltage will have been dropped by this amount, as most bridge rectifier use a silicon diodes. This drop will be minimum of 1.2 volts and will increase as the current increases. Accordingly, the maximum voltage output that can be achieved is a minimum of 1.2 volts down on the peak voltage of the AC input. Calculate heat dissipated in the rectifier. The diodes will drop the voltage by a minimum of 1.2 volts, assuming a standard silicon diode, which will rise as the current increases. It results from the standard voltage drop across the diode and also the resistance within the diode. The current passes through 2 diodes within the bridge for any half cycle. First one set of 2 diodes and then the other. The datasheet for the diode of the bridge rectifier or the overall bridge rectifier electronic components to see the voltage drop for the current levels. The voltage drop and the current passing through the rectifier will give the rise to heat, which will need to be dissipated. In some instances, this can be easily dissipated by air cooling, but in other instances, the bridge rectifier may need to be bolted to a heat sink. Heat sink is used to main purpose for the cooling, right? Many bridge rectifier are constructed to be bolted onto a heat sink for this purpose. Peak inverse voltage. It is very important to ensure that the peak inverse voltage of the bridge rectifier or individual diode is not exceeded, otherwise the diodes could break down. The diodes in a bridge rectifier is PIV rating is less than that required for the two diodes configuration used with a center tap transformer. If the diode drop is neglected, the bridge rectifier requires diode with half the PIV rating of those in a center tap rectifier for the same output voltage. This can be another advantage you can say using this configuration. The peak inverse voltage across the diode are usually equal to the peak secondary voltage because over one half cycle the diode D1 and D4 are conducting and the diode D2 and D3 are reverse, assuming perfect diode that have no voltage drop across them. A good assumption for this explanation using this, you can say or seen that the point A and B will have the same potential as will point C and D. This means that the peak voltage from the transformer if you use in the circuit will appear across the load. The same voltage also appear across the non-conducting diode. These are the some advantages for the bridge rectifier. It require a small size transformer. If use center trap transformer is not required. This makes the bridge rectifier cost effective. So you can use a small size transformer. The input transformer is not must. It is possible to operate the bridge rectifier directly on the 230 volt AC supply. That's why in this diagram we have not drawn the transformer, because it is possible to operate the bridge rectifier directly on the 230 volt AC supply. This circuit is most suitable for the high voltage application. This is because the maximum negative voltage that appear across each diode is negative. Therefore, the diode with PIV rating required to be selected. Then another advantage is high average output voltage. Rectifier efficiency is also high. So these are the some main advantages for the bridge rectifier. Some applications of bridge rectifier are you can use this bridge rectifier mostly in laboratory DC power supply. Another application for this high current power supply, battery charger. In the battery charger then DC power supply for various electronic circuits. These are some disadvantages of the bridge rectifier. It is difficult to locate the center tap of the secondary winding. DC output is small as each diode utilizes only one half of the transformer secondary voltage. The diode use have high peak inverse voltage. Full wave rectifier require more diodes, where in center tap rectifier there is two diodes, but in the bridge rectifier you need four diodes. Another disadvantage is when a small voltage is required to be rectified, this full wave rectifier circuit is not suitable. So these are some uh, disadvantages of full wave bridge rectifier. The main difference only between the full wave and center tap rectifier is the first one is in a bridge rectifier circuit, two diodes conduct during each half cycle and the forward resistance becomes double. And second main difference is in a bridge rectifier circuit the voltage is the maximum voltage across the transformer secondary winding, whereas in the center tap rectifier the voltage maximum represents that the maximum voltage across each half of the secondary winding. So this is the main difference between these compare with the center tap rectifier. So carefully draw this diagram, circuit diagram in the notebook, and draw a full wave bridge rectifier in your notebook with sinusoidal input waveform at input side. Then you can draw the output voltage. Here you need to remove a capacitor filter in this diagram, or also this straight line which puring the with the filtering, that's why it draw. You also need to remove this straight line on the output voltage waveform of the bridge rectifier. So only draw the half complete dotted cycle on your output voltage waveform of full wave bridge rectifier. So you can refer the book, or also you can draw with the reference of diagram on internet. Carefully draw the circuit diagram and waveform and prepare a short notes in your notebook of for half wave rectifier, then full wave rectifier. Full wave rectifier also we have seen divided in the two types, that is a center tap full wave rectifier which have use two diodes, and second type of full wave rectifier is a bridge rectifier where the full wave bridge rectifier uses four diodes. So these all the diagrams you have to draw in your notebook: circuit diagram, complete waveforms, short explanation of each of the circuit diagram. Properly prepare all these types of rectifiers and revise carefully, and again you need to read continuously these all the rectifiers, and also revise previous